Hi, this is Scott from Scott Shot Media. Today is Thursday, September 17th, and this is what is happening on the mountain. Lots of stuff to go over today. I'll give you a quick 1 or 2 minute overview, and then if you have time to stick around for the details, we'll go into bigger discussion on those. Currently, there are 4 Caltrans project affecting traffic scheduled on the mountain today. And then, of course, the State Route 38 remains closed due to the fire. No hazardous weather forecasted today. We were expecting a low pressure system to move over the coast. Should have been here already. It looks like it's slightly delayed, so we have another day of some smoky weather here on the mountain. But this afternoon, that should change as an onshore flow pushes the smoke out towards the desert. That actually might be good news, bad news for the El Dorado Fire and the surrounding area. So we'll talk about what that means. The El Dorado Fire is just grew only about a few hundred acres overnight. Currently 18,506 acres with 63% containment. So crews are going to work hard to reinforce the containment lines in anticipation of this wind shift that we're expecting. 4 crimes were reported across the mountain in the past 48 hours. So we'll let you know what those were. Multiple fire related power outages are still in effect. Actually, it's affecting about 900 customers now in the Forest Falls, Angeles Oaks area. And of course, that power is expected to remain out until the fire is better contained. There were a handful of earthquakes reported in the Inland Empire, not on the mountain, but down below along the San Andreas Fault over the past couple of days. So we'll talk about the significance of that. And lastly, just 2 new COVID-19 cases reported on the mountain in the past 48 hours. So here we go. Traffic currently, State Route 38 remains closed from the top to the bottom due to fire activity. There's some damaged infrastructure along the highway, so Caltrans will be working hard to get that repaired in anticipation of the road to being able to open as soon as fire officials believe that it is safe to do so, especially when we're talking about repopulating Angeles Oaks and Forest Falls and Mount Home Village. There is an additional construction project scheduled today until about 4 o'clock on the 38 be over here on the backside of the lake. So be prepared for lane closures as Caltrans does some drainage work. State Route 138 over here in Crestline, utility work going on with Caltrans will have you down to 1 lane at times. That's about 4 o'clock today. State Route 330 here at Dollar Curve. Caltrans is doing some landscape work today until about 3 o'clock, and then an ongoing long-term project, miscellaneous work going on the bottom of State Route 330 overnight on all 4 interchanges. So be aware of that, and of course, slow for the cone zone. Weather's going to look nice. Again, we still have some hazy skies from smoke, not only from our El Dorado fire, but fires burning in the Angeles National Forest and fires burning up north. As that taps in with the jet stream, the smoke comes down south. It was actually really strong overnight on the western half of the mountain. But that will hopefully improve by tomorrow. Weather, the onshore flow should be strong enough to push that smoke out of the mountain areas, and that leaves us for the next few days with some cooler temperatures and clear skies. No hazardous weather forecasted for the next week or so. The onshore flows should increase our fuel moisture slightly as it will have higher humidities. But you can see that when it has already changed, we're seeing some slight gusts, and then throughout the afternoon, those gusts will increase and start blowing the smoke out of the area, and much the same for tomorrow. So fire for our forecast, here's a new map for you from the National Prediction Center. Uh, the yellow indicates that there's low risk of fire starts and growth over the next week or so, and then this orange area over the mountains is a moderate risk, which is nice to see. Moderate is obviously better than extreme or dangerous. The forest is still under extreme fire danger for today. And that'll probably be for the foreseeable future. The forest does remain closed until at least the 21st due to our fire, the Dorado Fire, and for the next few months, our fire danger remains above average, which is normal for our Santa Ana wind seasons. So we'll keep you posted with that as things develop. No fires currently reported on the map. Of course, as always, people see the smoke, smell the smoke, they call 911. So that's all been from our El Dorado fire. So no incidents on the mountain. Here's what the El Dorado fire map looks like from satellite imaging. You can see it's still creeping along Highway 38. They're doing a great job of keeping it contained to the highway. Right now we're at 18,506 acres, which is just a couple hundred acre growth overnight and about a 63% containment, so about 2/3. So crews will be working extra hard to bring that to 100% containment. Even once we hit 100% containment, that doesn't mean the fire is out. There still will be smoke. There'll still be a lot of activity, and that may not mean that they can repopulate Forest Falls and Mountain Home Village and Angeles Oaks. They want to make sure that it's safe for everybody because those communities are inside the fire perimeter. Uh, we'll have to not only have the fire completely contained, but all the substantial fire risk out and the infrastructure restored, including the roads, signs, power, etc. So you probably still smell the smoke. You could see it. The smoke has been kind of socked in, not only across the mountains, but also the Inland Empire and LA Basin as a whole. As the winds change, the smoke is uh, should be pushed out of the area. It still will be, because plenty of smoke is still coming from the El Dorado fire. There still will be smoke visible, but hopefully it won't settle into the Big Bear Valley here. Right now, our air quality is moderate. We can expect it to become unhealthy until this low pressure system starts pushing the smoke out of the area. But don't be surprised if you can still see smoke and smell smoke from these, not only our fire, but the fire in the Angeles as well as up north. Crimes reported on the mountain in the past 48 hours. Over here in Arrowhead Villas, there was a simple assault, meaning somebody was attacked with someone's hands or feet. I'm not sure if an arrest was made on that or not. It was just a report. Over here, there was a report of vandalism running springs on Secret Drive. And then over here, two nearby incidents in Big Bear Lake. One was a DUI arrest, and one was somebody who committed fraud on Summit Boulevard. Currently, there are no reported Edison or Bear Valley Electric outages, scheduled outages. There are emergency outages from Edison reported in the fire area, so there are about 900 customers who are currently without power. Most of these people are evacuated. Most of these residents and customers should be out of the area, so they really aren't affected by it. But they will want this power restored before they repopulate those evacuated areas. We had a handful of earthquakes reported in the Inland Empire over the past couple of days. Nothing too significant, the largest just being a 2.9. But even though, just because we are dealing with fires and just because we are dealing with COVID-19, doesn't mean that we shouldn't always be prepared for earthquakes. And October's Earthquake Preparedness Month. So be a good time just to practice our earthquake response, know what we're going to do. For those of us work down the mountain, what is our plan to get if we can't get back up to our homes? Do we have emergency supplies? Do we know how to shut off the gas to our houses? All of these neat things. So we'll start doing some stories on earthquake preparedness for October, but just a reminder that an earthquake can obviously happen at any time. Lastly, our COVID-19 update. Lots of good news with COVID-19. We continue to see a countywide drop on our 7-day average of total new cases. Our total death, daily death counts continue to drop. In fact, there's been several days over the last couple of weeks where there have been no death reported in the county. How does that look for us up here on the mountain? Uh, just 2 new cases reported in the past 48 hours. Angeles Oaks, you have 38 cases still in Big Bear City, 52 cases in Big Bear Lake, Blue Jay 12, Cedar Glen 7, Crestline 69. That's just 1 new case. 2 cases in Fawnskin. Forest Falls has a new case, bringing the total to 7. 1 case in Green Valley Lake, 30 cases in Lake Arrowhead, 4 in Rim Forest, 25 in Running Springs, 12 in Sugarloaf, and 11 in Twin Peaks, bringing our mountain-wide total to 272 since the beginning. That breaks down to about 113 cases in the Big Bear Valley area, including 38 corridor, and 159 cases in the rim communities. Our positive rate is 0.54%, which is significantly better than the rest of the county, which is about 2.35 and almost 2% the state of California and 2% across the country. So we're doing a really good job. So again, this is Scott from Scott Shot Media. No, it was a long report today, lots of stuff to go over. Feel free to email me or text me if you have any questions, or follow along, like us at What Is Happening on the Mountain on Facebook, or YouTube, Twitter, Instagram, and Periscope. I'm at Scott Shot Media. Have a great day.